much. Oh well, got it. And let's do this. Hold, please. Okay, there we go. That works. Okay, let me mute this when it pops up. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, I know we are live. And hold on, where is it? Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, I know we are live. There we go. And there we go. Got it. Okay. Now, where did you go? There we go. Gotcha. Okay. I love coaching community. Kate, I am literally all about our I Love Coaching company today. I've got the shirt on. We've got the logo behind me. Welcome to Monday Mojo.
Yes, thank you. There's a lot going on. It's very I love coaching right now.
There's a lot of love in this room. I mean, there's a lot of love and a lot of love here on this Zoom. So Monday Mojo, what is Monday Mojo? Monday Mojo is just a conversation, right? We're just going to have a conversation. We'll bring some value to our community here of nearly 1,300 people in the I Love Coaching community. So Kate, introduce yourself. Who are you? You were born and then what happened?
Yeah, I was born and then I just kept going, I guess. So my name is Kate. I am happily married. I have one beautiful daughter and we're fostering another one right now. And so we've got all that good stuff going on. I am a business owner and I run a transaction management and marketing team in Central Ohio, and we're in a couple other states also. And I've got some rental properties, and I'm also the children's director at my church. So I've got my hands in quite a few different operation type dealings.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
and you left the best part out. You're an I Love Coaching coach.
Hey, and I'm a coach.
There
and
you
are. I know I should have worn my shirt and then it would have been really intense. But yeah, so no, I focus on operations, personnel, administrative assistants, executive assistants, and pouring into them everything that I've learned and am learning as I'm moving forward, and really growing those individuals and giving them the attention I think that we sometimes forget to give.
Yeah. I agree. So walk us through. So not only are you phenomenal at what you do, you're also phenomenal in the coaching space. Number one, because you're an I Love Coaching coach, I know that. And because your clients, what they tell me, what they tell you, and you've even gone so far as created not only one-on-one coaching, but you've also created a group, right? I would rephrase it, not a group, but an onboarding training of sorts, like a 3 hours a week for 90 days? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's 3 sessions a week. And it's really customized. It's been really cool to grow. It was a need that I knew we needed for a long time. When so often I think when agents or anybody go to make a hire, it's because it's a crucial moment, right? Like they are hurting at this point. And so they go to make a hire, and we think that in that moment, once you find that golden person, like then everything's going to get easier for you. But we forget that training is very much a real thing. And if you really, really want great results, you have to pour into your people. And so in that moment, I think it's crucial to be able to support them and build a foundation for them. But sometimes we don't have enough time to do it. Right. And so what we've done is we've built a customized training program. We sit down, have a consultation with the agents, and really get to know what they're trying to build and who they're trying to do it with. And then we take that information and we plug it into something that's very customized, and ensuring that we're creating from the get-go a foundation that is built on problem solving and thinking ahead and growth mindset and all the things that we want to pour into our people, but sometimes we just don't have the time to do so.
Yeah, for sure. And I absolutely love it. We've had 2 or 3, 4 of our own I Love Coaching clients go through it, and the principals that I coach say that they went through that. It was just fantastic. So we're going to have just casual conversation. Everybody who's watching, anybody that has any questions, pop on in here. I want to know, when you're coaching someone, let's give the Mojo crowd some value here as it relates to, they can take back to theirs. When you're coaching an admin, when you're coaching director of operations, what should the person, let's start at the beginning. What should the person that's thinking about hiring that person look for in either candidates or look for in a hire?
I think that's a good question. I think it depends on your situation. It depends on who you are. It's very circumstantial. It's very personal. This one size fits all model that you have to have X, Y, and Z, I don't believe that it exists. And if you do follow it, I think you're going to be disappointed in the results. In our world, things are very personal. So taking a look and being able, even before you get in a leadership position, being able to identify what you need and what you really, really want, because sometimes those are two different things. And figuring out, not looking at how can I solve this problem right now, but looking at it as a, okay, if I reach my goals, is this person going to be able to help me then? And looking ahead and finding somebody who is able to grow with you, and not just grow with you, but push you forward into what you're trying to accomplish. Because you're looking for help, right? Like that's the whole thing, and help in what is now, but also help in where you want to be. So I would say that would be my first step, is to be more internal about it than reading a book, you know?
Yeah, and that's so good. So when you say looking for help, let's help our people right now and simply say, do you believe that when the pain gets there, that they're like, oh my gosh, I've got to hire someone, that it's a little late in the game, right? I like when I get to coach someone and we can be proactive with the thought process of hiring someone even before they don't need that person, based on revenue, right? When they hit a certain revenue mark is when they should start to hire someone. What would you also say to our listeners here, that when you're looking for help, right? Is it too late? Some of them will come even say, I don't know if I can afford it. What do you tell these people, right?
I think it would be an honest conversation first of, okay, let's look at your numbers, because if you don't know, you know what I mean? Like that, then we have to know what the books look like. And so that is important. I'm not going to pretend that that's not a major part of it, and that it's all this like fluffy stuff, but like, know your numbers. You know, if you're thinking of hiring somebody and you don't know if you can afford it, then you shouldn't be having the conversation in the first place. You should, that is your first step. But let's say they can't afford it, and they're saying, okay, is it too late because I'm hurting now? I believe in staffing when it feels okay, when you're not hurting. But I don't think it's too late when you get to that point. It just means you have to leverage off a few things, leverage off some training, leverage off some mentorship, leverage off some coaching. Because when you are hurting, it's not going to feel better. It's not going to immediately feel relief when you hire somebody, unless you're leveraging part of that off. And I wish I could say, like, that's not pretty and that's not nice and it's not what everybody wants to hear, but it hurts. And I've gone through it myself as I'm growing through my team. And I accidentally made a mistake in my words. I wanted to say going through building my team, but I said growing through my team. And that's exactly what it is. It's like, it's a growing pain when you hire somebody, and it's beautiful at the end if you do it right. But just know that it does not get easier, but it is possible. You just have to leverage.
Right. Yeah. And I agree though. I'm replying to, we had a comment here from a Miss Dana Gentry that said, Kate, the GOAT. How about that? Hey, do me a favor and don't be like Tom Brady and retire and then come back. Okay. Stay right here. We all need
like the hype. I just want, no.
Okay. Keep going here. This is good. Okay. So we've got pain. They know they need to hire someone. And they go out and they find some people. Right. This is my favorite line in saying when I'm coaching people is, hey, don't go find your next door neighbor's best friend daughter that needs a job. Right. Let's go find someone that fits what we're looking for. And you talked about that need versus a want, know your numbers, and then also know specifically what you're looking for. What would you say? What would you say now? They've hired someone. Okay. They've hired someone and they're in the role, whether it's the right fit or not, it doesn't matter. They've hired someone. What would you say for them to do next?
Well, I think if they've hired somebody, then they should have already had a game plan in place in terms of training. It should have been written down. But other than training and other than teaching, the jobs and the tasks at hand, I think I like to give them a little bit of ownership. I like to give them a project that pushes them. I like to give them a training guide or some kind of session, some kind of project that stretches them a little bit and puts them in a position where they cannot completely lean on you, and they need to be a little bit self-guided. That speaks more. And you can do that, honestly, you can do that in day 2. And it tells you a lot. These are real people, but we have to test them, right? We have to figure out, can you can you grow with me? And are you going to hold me down? Not in like a negative way, or like not encouraging. I'm talking about, am I going to have to drag you with me as we grow? Or are you going to be 3 steps ahead going, come on, catch up? And that's what you're looking for. Settling
Right.
for less, I think, is a disservice to you. So
Yeah.
giving them an ownership project, give them a project, talk to them about building an operations guide. That's one of the things that we do. Like build me some systems as you're training. I want you to freshen some stuff up for the company. And so, I mean, that's a win-win. You're giving them an opportunity to own something, to create
Mhm.
ownership in what they're doing. They're going to be passionate about it. They're going to want to be motivated and move towards something. But you're also doing a good thing for your company, because if you don't have an operations guide, you're in trouble. And so giving them something to own, giving them something to be passionate about, you're going to see, okay, are they into my business? Like, are they really into this? Are they able to take a project and run with it? And are they able to lean on their own understanding, come to me with solutions, rather than constantly being in this problematic, hey, we have an issue, can you help me solve it kind of role? Because
Mhm.
for a director of ops, you want somebody who is a problem solver.
Yeah, for sure. So you said no operations guide, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I
I
think
like
so.
I like that language.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me what that means. Tell the audience here what that means.
Oh, do we have time? I think an operations guide can really be whatever you want it to be, but the idea behind it is that you have got to make space for growth. And in order to bring people in order to have scalable growth, you have to have systems and models, period. And what is in your brain may be brilliant, but it is only brilliant to you, because you're the only one that knows it. If you pour it out and if you create this system that can be passed along from person to person for the new growth that comes on the team, for the people that maybe grow out of your team and now they're in other businesses, and all of the things that you've done right, you still have to have a legacy to make sure that you can continue growing. So there's that piece of it where I just think it's a must have for a business and a business's growth. But also, I think systems and models built into an operations manual allows for everybody on the team to shut down that kind of like recalling portion of your brain and focus on creativity. If I have my checklist, if I have my systems, if I have my models, then I don't have to be worried about what I do next. It becomes a motor, right? A really well-oiled machine. And I can focus my attention on the good stuff, the cherries on top, the quality service, the marketing pieces, the things that actually are bringing you income, rather than spending my time in how do I use that system again? And what do we do when we have it? Like those kinds of things can be written down and forgotten, right? Because
Right.
they're there. And now you get to use your space for the fun, creative stuff. So
Mhm.
I think those are top 2. There are tons of reasons why, though, you should write stuff down.
Hey, let's transition here. So now let's take a situation where a principal has hired a director of operations, and
Okay.
let's say they've been in the role now, I don't know, let's go half a year, 6 months, right? So they're comfortable in the role, they bought into the vision, they're growing into this role, developing for the visionary.
Okay.
How does the visionary hold a director of operations accountable? What would you recommend for someone that is the visionary of the team, and we'll call the director of operations an integrator? How do we hold them accountable? Let me ask a better question. How is not a strong question. What would you suggest to a principal listening to this to hold their director of operations to the highest level of accountability so that growth happens faster?
Coaching.
Hmm.
Honestly, I firmly
That was
believe.
not set up, by the way.
I
Again, that was
know, and I
not set
know it
up.
felt like that, and that's why I was like, "Do I say it?" But that's the truth. Honestly, that's the truth. There is a beautiful thing in having somebody else who cares about your business from that 30,000-foot view, looking down, and helping your right hand, and it not having to be you. That kind of accountability and management time, as much as we want to pour it into our people, as much as we want to give that, it's not always necessarily the best way to move forward. There are other ways that you can pour into your people without being like, did you do? Did you do? How about this? Where are we at on this? There are other ways to do it, like one-on-ones and really, really deep conversations about their personal goals and their visions and aspirations and the growth of the company. Those are the fun conversations you can have. and worry and lean on another expert for that accountability piece. Now, let's say that that isn't the answer. If other than coaching, I would say, because I'm such a systems and model person, I think even for me, I lean on goals, and I lean on things like 411s and GPSs. And for us, I use the 12-week plan, and making sure that we are tangibly showcasing our goals and our aspirations, whether those are personal or professional. Making sure that we're connecting on a different level of outside of just tasks, because that's where we get lost. I think so many people, and I've heard this 1,000 times, but so many people get stuck in working in their business rather than on their business. And when you don't have a thing like a project work plan or a 12-week plan for a team, you lose that growth piece. And so you could hold them accountable all day. Are they doing these transactions? Are they sending out this marketing material? Are they running the budget? Like all of these different things you can hold them accountable to. But those are tasks, right? Those are what their day-to-day things are. And if you've hired a good person and they've lasted 6 months and you don't have any concerns, then you should be past that. Now you should be focused on what kind of projects are you working on that are moving this business forward. And just in order to have that conversation, you really need a project work plan where everything's written out, all your projects are, where are they headed. Man, you're giving all my good secrets away today. Yeah.
Well, the good news here is, I mean, the visionaries don't have time to create this.
Right.
And so they need you. Right. They definitely need someone. Yes, correct. They need to go to someone. And again, that was not a setup here, team. That was not a setup.
It felt a little bit like it, but I know it wasn't.
I mean, it was a layup, and NCAA March Madness. It was perfect timing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you have. Let's give them just a little bit. Can we give them just a little teaser of what you have coming up, and the thoughts that you're creating here behind this course that you are wanting to bring to everyone? It's just a little bit, just a little bit.
I'm trying to hold back. I'm really bad about giving all the teasers. I've got some cool stuff planned, and we're going way back. So we're really starting on making sure that your people feel valued. And even if you attend the class as an agent or as a principal or as a team lead, whatever that looks like, wherever you are in a leadership position, I think it's important on understanding the importance of recognizing that there are other visions besides your own, right? There are other people out there, and the people that are on your team, it's important that they know that they matter and that they're valued and that their personal visions can fit and be in alignment with the team. And so we're going to talk about how to recognize those, how to figure them out, and then how to intertwine them into the core of the team. So we're talking about that kind of really cool stuff, but then we're diving into things like, budgets and P&Ls. We're talking communication techniques, how to really communicate with your rainmaker or with your team lead or with your boss, whatever that looks like, fierce conversation type things, and really marketing, a huge segment on that, and different systems and tools, but really it's a cleanup and a deep dive audit into what you currently have and how to move you into a place where you can find sustainable growth that is not your doing, right? Like it is somebody else's who loves that kind of work. So it's a deep dive for sure. We're not hitting anything really surface level. We're getting knee deep into your systems and processes in this class. So it'll be cool.
Love it. Now, I think I also heard you say there that this isn't just for director of operations. It can also be for principals. It can be for just about anybody who needs this, right?
Yeah, I think so. If you want to do a tune-up, if you want to make sure that you're building something that's a well-oiled machine, then I think it would be very beneficial to attend.
Love it. Love it. Love it. You know, I told you 15 minutes and I apologize. We've gone nearly 22 minutes. Yeah. Yep, we're having fun here. Okay, so let's do this. Let's put a bow on top of this. So you drive this now. What do you want these people that are listening to take away from Kate Randall, from the I Love Coaching coach, Kate Randall, that is the master of director of operations? What do you want them to take away from you?
I think that having an organized business, an organized lifestyle is one of the key ways to have a life worth living. And the good news is you don't have to do it all yourself. The power of leverage is a real thing. Finding the right who's is a real thing, and they do exist. And there are really wonderful people out there who love doing those kinds of things. And so pouring into them the way you have poured into your team and your business is equally as important for growth, and to live that life worth living that we're all looking for. It stems with who you have on your team, how you're pouring into them, and what kind of systems and models you've created or they've created to help you reach that level of success that you're looking for.
Gotcha. Do you also help people hire people?
Yes, we do. Absolutely.
Okay.
We do an interview process. We give you scripts. We look over resumes for you. It's a really cool system, honestly. And it leverages off of your plate a lot because the hiring process can be daunting. We've all been through it and we've all failed through it. And so this is taking our expertise and our experiences and giving them back to you to make sure that you find somebody that really suits your business and your needs.
Perfect. Love it. Okay. So stay tuned, everybody, for Kate Randall's new class that'll be coming out. We'll just say shortly. Why don't we say shortly?
Shortly sounds good.
Say shortly. That's for sure. And we'll maybe even do an I Love Coaching podcast where we will discuss more of it in detail, which I'm excited about.
Yep.
Okay, very good. So everybody, this is Kate Randall. Kate Randall is amazing. She's incredible. You need her in your life. She's in my life, which is fantastic. And I'm grateful for you, my dear. So let's do this. We're going to sign off here. Looks like Dana was the only one that said you are the GOAT, which we know. How can people come find you? How can they come ask you questions?
Go to the I Love Coaching face or the website, Facebook pages. We're also building an ops page on Facebook, which will be pretty cool. So send your people there. I'm on Instagram. You'll be able to find me. No worries. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, good. And we'll put in the notes here how to find you as well. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being on the I Love Coaching community.
Thank you.
Monday Mojo.
It was fun.
I'll talk to you on Friday on our
Okay.
coaches call.
Sounds good.
All right,
Thanks, Adam.
Kate. See you. Bye.